White paper changed the world. Another mysterious white paper has
Always.
surfaced.
Presents some fairly radical
As
ideas.
always, it's
A
expected of
city-state
me, Nif.
based on the blockchain.
There's just no
But
way.
thank you so much. We appreciate
It's
you.
a chance to reset
Like-
society itself.
No, because the Cryptopia
Welcome to
AMA will now
Cryptopia.
start.
Join a groundbreaking blockchain metaverse.
Yeah.
Locate resources,
Again,
construct,
thank you so much. Yup.
harvest,
Send me a DM,
and
okay?
generate
Send me a DM.
energy to power your DeFi empire.
Yeah, you know
Whether
the
you're a
drill.
crypto savvy or a beginner,
Thank you so much. And
it's easy
yeah,
to play
so
and
since
earn.
the AMA
Cryptopia will be an
start, I will
industrial
now give
miracle.
the hosting
Enough of this.
to Love.
Our progress can't
So
come
it's
at the
all yours,
planet's
okay
expense.
now?
Outrageous! That's more like it.
Use NFT loyalty cards to protect your interests.
Being here tonight, for spending time with us, taking time out of your busy schedule to hang out in the Cryptopia Discord server. Again, my name is Loudy, the community manager for Cryptopia, and this is Cryptopia's AMA for April. And I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys a shout out to everyone who's in right now. I can't go ahead and mention everybody's name, but you know who you are. You guys are the best for, being here in our Discord, keeping everybody, happy because of your presence. So thank you so much. Let me just go ahead and share my screen for you guys so that way you can take a look at the updates. If you can click my screen and see the updates there. All right. Okay, let's get started with the presentation. So, again, this is Cryptopia's AMA, and we will be sharing with you the updates for the last month. And I just wanted to go ahead and welcome as well our chief. Before we get started, our CEO, Sangho Grolman. Hello, Chief. How are you?
Hello, thank you, Loudy. Thank you. I'm doing great, thank you. So happy to be here. Happy to do an AMA. So I'm really curious to the questions people have prepared or coming up with at a later stage. So looking forward to that.
All right. So, guys, be ready. Give Sangho the very hard questions, and make sure that we, give him a hard time. Okay, let's go. So again, I would like to emphasize that we now have our wiki. So if you have questions about Cryptopia, or if you want to learn more or read on your own, you can visit our Wikipedia page. All that you need to do is go to our website. At the top part, there will be a wiki button. All that you need to do is click on that button and you will be taken to our Wikipedia. In our Wikipedia, you can check out all the factions, all the mechanics, all the ships, all the latest things about Cryptopia. We also post development updates there. So please, if you have the time, if you want to learn more about Cryptopia, please visit our Cryptopia Wikipedia page. All right. So there you go. And let me just go ahead and I skipped a few pages there. There you go. All right. So we also have our Coin Market Cap account live. So if you don't know what Coin Market Cap is a popular website for crypto enthusiasts. So if you have, if you want to know the latest updates about Cryptopia, we also post great articles about Web3 and blockchain technology on our website, on our on our Coin Market Cap account. Please, if you have the time, visit our Coin Market Cap account on Coin Market Cap. Okay. All right, let me just go ahead and Chief, I just wanted to go ahead and ask you, since it's very rare that the community gets to hear you live. Do you have anything special to say for our community in order for us to get this show on the road?
Yeah, well, I can tell many things, but I don't want to spoil the beans. I'm not sure if there are new people, so maybe I tuned in a bit too late. So did we properly introduce Cryptopia? Are there people that are really new to Cryptopia and dropping by, or all these people seasoned veterans in our Discord? That's I think the first thing I'd like to know. You're recording this, right? So there's a big chance people that are not familiar with Cryptopia can, or are listening back. So I'd like to talk a little bit, use this opportunity to talk a little bit about Cryptopia and why it is so, why we are so enthusiastic, and most people here in the community are excited about this game. Because we're not just a game, and every game, of course, is promoting itself as no, we're not just a game, we're the new next thing. But I think we can really show evidence and prove that we are. So for the new people, we are an upcoming blockchain game. We are in development for over 3 years. So we're not just a project selling NFTs and then have to figure out to create some sort of game. We are doing it the other way around. We first built, and after we had a proof of concept working, we started coming out of the shadows and started to make a little bit of noise, create a community, and also found some private investors and started selling our early access NFTs. And by the way, we didn't start selling these NFTs because we thought we wanted to sell, but because people kept asking, hey, why can't we get in? Why don't you sell some NFTs? Why can't we support you? So that's why we decided, okay, this is a bit weird. People asking us to spend money, or they want to spend their money on our project and they can't. So how can we solve that? And that's why we decided to create the early access ships, so the early access NFTs. But it really underscores our philosophy of first build and then sell, and maybe not even sell, but sell the ID. And if you do that, people will come and stay and stick. So that's really our philosophy. We pride ourselves for being free to play and earn, being 100% decentralized, and of course for being fun to play. And we breathe blockchain technology, so it's really integrated in our game. It's not just a matter of having to sign a transaction, but our full game state is on chain, and we run without a central game server. So we are truly 100% decentralized. For the gamers, you can compare us with civilization-style games and tycoon-style games. And the difference, of course, is that you can earn real money instead of just a game token like gold or diamonds that cannot be exchanged for real-world value. And we believe it's very important to have a low barrier to enter. We are a new genre, we are in the blockchain space, we have a dented reputation, and rightfully, because the first generation or the first two generations of blockchain games really failed to deliver. So if you say, for instance, that you have to pay or have to buy an NFT first in order to try a game, I think that's the wrong approach, and also is really limiting yourself, because I myself wouldn't pay for an NFT first in order to check out the game. I'm really used to games being at least having a demo or a trial, or being even free to play. And if I like it, then I can decide to stay there and do some in-game purchases or support them or subscribe, but only after I have had the opportunity to try the game myself, feel what it is like, check out the leveling. Sometimes games, it's difficult to describe why you like a game, right? Well, of course, you have to like the genre, first of all, but then there are so many different little things that can make or break the experience of the game itself. You really have to do it yourself. You have to experience it yourself. You cannot just watch a movie or read up about it. So you really have to play it yourself. And only then you can decide, okay, this is something I like. I want to spend more time and maybe even my money on it. And that's why we decided to be free to play and earn. So everyone can just download a game. You don't have to buy anything. You can just spend time and earn our token. And it is an exchange of value. We think it's fair. So if you spend a lot of time in our game, we also think it's fair that we can reward you for that time that you invest in our game. Because if you are there and are playing, you add value to the whole ecosystem because you're a player and you perform quests, jobs, or maybe social interactions with other players. So you are valuable being in our game, being an active player, and that should be rewarded. Also, as I said, we embrace blockchain technology and we strive for decentralization. And this is a very important topic, and people that listened to me before in Twitter Spaces know what I'm going to say. Web3 is all about ownership of game items, and that's really cool. So gamers are really, for the first time in their lives or in gaming history, we can really own items and we can do what we want with it. But the question is, who controls the rules around these items? So for instance, if you have a very nice sword and you worked for it very hard and you're really happy with it and it's an NFT, the game, if it is not 100% decentralized and still centralized, the game can decide with one line of code that this sword becomes useless because the game sets the rules on how to use the sword. And that goes for any other NFT or any other assets in the Web3 sphere. So please keep in mind, and I keep telling this, that although you own the item technically, so it's in your wallet or it's, you can access it because it's on the blockchain in your wallet, that doesn't mean that you can do anything with it. Well, you can sell it, you can rent it, of course, that's possible. But if the game decides that, it's suddenly different or the stats are no longer relevant, then you are screwed. So you can be the owner, but then you're the owner of a useless NFT. And that's why we believe that 100% decentralization is very important, because then the utility around this ownership, around these NFTs, is safeguarded by the community, because only the community, only the people that hold the tokens that are in the DAO, they can decide collectively if and how the rules can be changed. So very important to keep in mind. And lastly, then I'll stop, otherwise it's going to be a sort of a promo talk. We pride ourselves of really trying to build a sustainable economy. And this means that we can have an economy that grows over time in a stable way. That makes it possible for everyone, if you're late to the game or if you're new and play now, doesn't matter at which time you start our game, that there are always rewards for you and that there always is an active and strong economy where you can benefit from. We have several methods to have a sustainable economy, and I think it goes too far now, but maybe in the AMA we can talk a bit about it more. But we have a circular economy, and we have, maybe this goes too far, but in any game the most valuable resource is time. So time is spent in the game, and in many games that are free to play, you can buy shortcuts for this time. So you can buy cooldown timers that speed up the cooldown of certain assets or game items, or you can speed up the leveling. So time is really the essential part in the game. But this also sort of works in favor of people that can spend money. In other words, pay to win is always a danger. So you have to balance your game that, yes, of course, people can pay and for convenience or speed up leveling. And because they spend money, that's fair. But if it's too much in favor of people that pay, then you have a pay-to-win game and the game is broken. In our game, we also have paid power-ups or speed-ups, let's put it that way. But the beauty of it is that if you do it, if you use it, so for instance, if I buy an NFT to become, a better crafter, then the money of that NFT goes to another player. So we really have a peer-to-peer economy. So you can say in a way, okay, we have a bit of a pay-to-win, and I don't like really the word pay-to-win, but people can buy NFTs, but the money that you pay for it goes into the hands of other players. So it's really a player-to-player economy, and I think that's the basis also for a sustainable economy. It doesn't go to us or the game developer. It flows back into the economy. So the players that work hard, spend a lot of time, get rewarded and can get wealthy. I think I stop here, otherwise we run out of time. If you think this is interesting, please write it down and ask me in the AMA and we can talk about it a bit more. So Laudi, sorry.
No, by all means, Chief. The people our community loves you so much, and it's a privilege to hear you speak about our game because we all love Cryptopia. Thank you so much, Chief, for opening the
All right.
night again. Thank you so much for being here with us, and I'd like to go ahead and commend these communities for being here with us. We got Zinth Block, thank you so much. Crescent Guild, Level Up, YGG, Sandogang, Sando Vibes, NGG, Avocado Dao, and Rising Eggplant. Thank you so much for being here with us. We really do appreciate you. And please, special shout out to all those early access holders that we have. We really do appreciate you supporting our game. Now, let's continue with the presentation. All right, so right now, again, like I said, we have our Coin Market Cap account. Please visit Coin Market Cap and then go to our page there, follow the articles, share, like, comment, so that way we can grow. And again, Coin Market Cap is a very great website since it is being followed by a lot of crypto enthusiasts. So the more eyes we get on Cryptopia, the more successful that we become. All right. Again, we have our own Wikipedia. So if you want to learn more about Cryptopia, please visit our Wikipedia page. And here we go. If you want to hear more of Sango, we have here our development updates. So please, Chief, can you go through our development updates for April?
Yes, of course.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. So, first of all, we have an updated demo. And that's nothing new, of course, because we work on an updated demo, and we strive for new builds almost every week, and huge steps forward in different versions. And these all gear up to the open beta. And we scheduled it I believe at first in the second quarter of this year, but I can already tell you that we're not going to make that, so we will push that to the third quarter of this year. Our roadmap reflects this, so I'm not sure if it's linked in here, but on our website you can find the roadmap. It's built in ClickUp, it's very detailed, you can really view all the things we did and plan to do.
Right.
But this demo is really another step forward, and maybe the next slide shows it. I believe. Yeah, indeed. So we have a new character creation menu or module, so to say. And yeah, you really have to check it out. I think it's also in the dev update blog post, so you can view it in more detail. But I like it very much. It is more logical, in terms of UI, in the flow. And I think it's visually appealing, so it looks much better than the previous build. Next, please. We have also improved our information on the land tiles. So Cryptopia consists of many tiles or hexagons. It can be sea, it can be land, and it can be sea steading. And every piece of, or every hexagon has information in it. So if you open that hexagon, you go into a separate world. It can be a desert, it can be a jungle, it can, we have 8 terrain types, and there are many things to discover in there. There's wildlife, there are resources, there's specific vegetation. If you're on the sea level, there's marine life. And before you open a tile, if you select that one, you should be able to see a quick sort of summary or dashboard of what a tile can offer to you, and that's what we call the land tile info. So before you open it, you can already see, hey, what's in there, and if it's interesting to me. Also, of course, you can see later on in the game, all the tiles probably are going to be possessed by players, and then you can also see who is the owner of the tile, maybe even if it's for sale or what the transaction log is, so the history of that tile.
Yep. And you can also visit the tile via discovery mode, so that way you can really get inside that tile and learn what's inside of it, what resources or animals you can find. So yeah, let's move on.
Yes. Well, we have, of course, a new website, and that's really a big one because the old one was nice, but really didn't do justice to our story. So
If you haven't already, please check it out. We have a complete new flow, new images, a new style. And I must say, it looks really wonderful. So, Twan, our developer, worked on this one. Well done.
Well done, Tuan. Let's move on.
Then we are also working on, of course, making the world. So we call this the map scene, and we probably need to come up with a better word. But this is the world when you are not in a scene. So when you load into the game, this is the world you see, and this is the overview. And we try to make it as lively as possible, but we also want to take into account the performance. So we don't want to have a game that can only be run by the top tier computers or devices. So we are really working on something cool. It's not even in here because it's still in process. But as you can see in this image, you see vegetation, so the trees, but the floor level is just sand, right? So it's just a yellow color, and there's not much detail in there. And we are now working on a technique that we can put a lot of detail in there without stressing your device too much. And we call it a texture, and we're almost done with it. So in the next update, probably it's in there and you can view the difference. But, you know, if I look at this, I already like it.
Yep, it's a massive improvement from the last time, because when you're looking at the map tiles, it's plain, it's barren, it's just a bunch of sand, right? But right now we're starting to add foliage, some trees, some grass, and if you take a look at the water scenes, there are animals or fish swimming already. So it's a really big achievement for us. Yeah.
The next one shows it, right?
All right, let's move on. Oh,
Yeah,
there you
it
go.
is.
That was what I'm talking about.
The reef, the fish, and the sharks really gives an alive feeling. And as you can see now, we have shallow water and we have several levels of water. So we have deep sea up to this level, and every level also gives different yields when you start fishing there. So if you fish at the normal water, you get 1 fish. If you go to deeper water, you get 2 fish, etc., etc. So it also pays off to go deeper, but there are also risks, of course, associated with deep sea, because out in the open sea you are far from shore, and we have pirates, so there's always a trade-off.
So get your fishing rods ready. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. But oh, that's the next one. Doesn't matter. Yeah, we have a new factory for the eco. So every faction has its own design, look and feel. And of course, eco, there are tree huggers, and they love renewables. So they have their own type of building. And if you're familiar with this, you can also view the industrial designs are more about really production and not so much about reducing the impact on the environment.
Yeah.
So they are more, how do you say it, polluting. But this is really nice to see, and I think it's very interesting to see how the whole creative process goes from sketches to, having the model in the game. And I really like these updates.
This gets me really excited, Chief, because imagine if the land tiles have their own buildings on them already, right? It's gonna be wild, because it's gonna look like a Red Alert or a Civilization game already at that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
So exciting. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, this is the escape menu. So with escape menu, we mean if you're in the game and you hit escape in any game, you get a menu, right? So it can be a simple menu, as simple as settings and quit to menu or quit to desktop. We decided to make a sort of a dashboard. So if you hit the escape key, you get a dashboard, and from there you can access all the different parts of the game, import the information. In this case, you see your avatar. Also in the background, you see your ship and your companion. So you can easily switch to either of these, and you can view the stats left and right. And if you click again on it, you go to the specific customization module, so you can further work on that item. So if you click on the ship, you go to the ships module, and there you can switch your ship or look what modules are in there, etc., etc.
This looks like this looks like a AAA game, Chief.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on.
Yeah, of course. Well, we have tools, and it has to be possible to equip them. So we also created that one. We have also a quick wheel. I'm not sure if it's in here, but what we see here is the backpack.
Yeah, the
So
backpack. Uh-huh.
exactly. Yeah, you have several storage facilities. So you have your ship, you have your backpack, and you can transfer between these two. And you have, of course, your wallet.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on. Oh, there
Yes,
you
this is
go.
show. Yeah, we're talking about fishing, right? So you can fish with your bare hands, but I guarantee you, you're not catching anything. So you really need to have a fishing rod, and you are able to craft it for yourself. So these tools are also NFTs, and everyone is able to craft at least the basic version. So the basic NFT tools you can craft for free. So you don't need to buy anything or to work for it. You can just have it and start fishing or start chopping or start digging. We of
Yep.
course want you to learn it, so we're gonna include them into tutorial quests so that you get to know the game, know how to navigate and stuff like that. But bottom line is, if you want to fish, you can fish with the basic starter rod without buying anything.
That is
And
really
this,
cool.
yeah, exactly. And if you do this, what you see here is an NFT that you are going to mint on the blockchain. So if you claim this one, it will be a transaction and it will be minted and it will be sent to your wallet.
Yes.
So there you are again with your NFTs.
Yeah, and to answer Bini Binka's question, it's kind of like it's really a mixed bag of games. So it can be a survival game if you want it to be like that, because you're gathering resources, you're creating tools to gather these other resources and stuff like that. So yeah, sky's the limit here, Bini Binka. So yeah, let's move on. All right. So this is the crafting of the fishing rod
Yeah, exactly.
menu.
And as you can see in the requirements, well, it's very small, but in the requirements, it says now that you don't need any resources, so you can craft it right away. Of course, if you have more advanced versions of a tool, then you need to have resources like wood or stone, or maybe even other resources that are not finite. So we have two types of resources in Cryptopia. We have the finite ones, like coal, gold, iron, aluminium. And we have the infinite ones, like wood, sand, stones, and meat. So these are the resources, these four are the resources you can freely get. Well, you have to work for it, of course, but you have to find them, but they can never run out. On the other hand, like the coal and the gold and the silver and the copper, these are finite. So there's only a limited amount in the game. And the more advanced things you want to do in the game, or craft, or create, or produce, the more you need of that specific type of resources. Like in any game, if you move up and want to do more advanced stuff, then you also need to have more advanced inputs or more advanced skills to be able to do that. And in our game, it's exactly the same. But for the starter things, you don't need anything. Well, maybe we change it that you need to collect, talk to someone and navigate somewhere, and in order to get to teach you how to move around in the game. And as a reward, maybe you then get some wood, and with that wood you can craft this rod. Maybe we change it that way, but it won't be gated behind a paywall or a level restriction and stuff like that. So it's accessible for everyone.
Yep. So no skipping of the tutorial, all right? Because the
No, yeah,
tutorial is
you
very
can, but
important.
then you're never able to craft anything. So yeah, exactly.
In some
I
games
know.
you skip the
I'm
tutorial,
such a guy.
right?
I always skip tutorials because I want to play. So yeah.
All right, let's go. Okay, there we go. So thank you so much, Chief, for sharing with us the latest developments in Cryptopia. Now it's time for the marketing and community updates, which I will be sharing with you guys. All right, so let's go. Okay, so game trade market. So we are focusing on partnering and have confirmed to be listed on many aggregators, including Game Trade Market. Game Trade Market is a usability first NFT marketplace for gamers and professional traders. Game Trade Market provides an advanced communication functionality for the best trading experience. Now, partnerships will be focused with these aggregators. So we want to make sure that Cryptopia is partnered with them, so that way we can get the most reach, more eyes on Cryptopia, more communities on Cryptopia, because again, the growth of Cryptopia is directly related to the growth of its community. So guys, if you have any friends who does not know what Cryptopia is yet, you guys are our ambassadors. Please share Cryptopia with everybody that you know in the Web3 space, so that way we can be successful. Thank you so much. Okay, all right, let's move on. Click. All right, there we go. We also had our G meme battle. So Cryptopia had a G meme where we invited our community members to create G memes, and you guys created some amazing and clever G meme posts. Here are some examples of them. Very clever. As I can see, Peter Nolan
Yeah,
is very
really funny.
famous. But yeah, we allowed our community to use the assets that we have available on our website to create these, and you guys are so amazing. So thank you so much. These are the top 7 G memes, and they were all awarded for their efforts. Good job. Okay, let's move on. We also add our Easter egg hunt. I know you guys are waiting for this. So we had Easter eggs hidden in some articles, in some videos on our CoinMarketCap account. Like I said, it's very important to visit CoinMarketCap and check out our articles there, because you never know what you'll find. And in this particular month, we hid Easter eggs, so the community was able to find and locate them, and so we were able to award these winners for finding the Easter eggs. So congratulations, guys. Golden egg winners, we got Male, Decay, Jassel, Aldwin, Yonda. I'm gonna murder this. Alicia, Fedimar, Private Spitokin, Cube, Animosity, Xiao Yu, Fairy, and Niji. Again, guys, thank you so much for going to CoinMarketCap and visiting our articles. All right. So here are the top 5 egg hunters. We got Male, Decay, Jassel, Aldwin, and Yonda. Guys, are you on our Discord right now? If you are, please say hi on chat. Let me go ahead and feel your presence. Hello, hello. All right. Okay, we got Yonda.
Congratulations.
We got Malay Decay. All right, Jassel, Aldwin. All right, we got them all. Perfect. Because right now we are going to the egg cracking event. Drum roll, please. Drum roll. Okay, so what I want you to do, before we move on to the next page, what I want you to do, guys, is all 5 of you, I want you to choose an egg, and each egg will be named after a specific function in Cryptopia. So in order, I want the following people to choose an egg. Okay, so we got Male first, Decay, Jassel, and Aldwin, and then Yonda. All right, so let's go to Male first. Male, please choose an egg. Moderators, kindly take note of what Male picks. Thank you so much. Male, come on, your destiny awaits. Male chooses loyalty. All right. Kindly please take note of that. Male chooses loyalty. No, not yet. Wait. Okay, and then Decay. I want you to choose one. So loyalty is already taken. What are you gonna choose? Decay. Decay gets to choose. Resources. Okay, Decay chooses resources. Again, guys, take note. Jassel, what are you gonna choose? Jassel. Jassel, Pero or Bayong. Sort of like that, yeah. Jassel, what are you choosing? What do you want, man? Let's go. Blueprints. Okay, Jassel picks blueprints. Up next is Alduin. Alduin, what are you gonna choose? You only got two choices at this point. Alduin. Multisig. Alduin chooses multisig, which means Yanda will choose the last one, which is blockchain. All right. Okay. So please, moderators, kindly list that down in chat so that way the chat will get to see which one they picked. And like I said before, these are the prizes that you will be getting. You will be getting a cap, an exclusive Cryptopia merchandise hat. We also have 20 USDT. That's a lot, man. Wow. We also have a faction ship, an early access ship, guys, worth 0.1 Ethereum. Wow. We also have 5,000 CRT and then 10,000 CRT. Guys, which price are you gonna do you want? Which price do you want? EAS early access chip. Okay, let's go. We're gonna go to the cracking event now. Here we go. So here are the eggs. We're gonna start cracking them. Are you ready? Type 1 in chat if you're ready. Type crack. Type 1. Type crack. Oh no, there we go. 1. Oh no, it's gonna crack. 2. 3. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, go. Boom. All right. So there you go. Congratulations, everybody. So again, if you didn't see resources, you get 20 USDT. Blueprint, you get the early access chip. Multisig, you get 5,000 CRT. Blockchain, you get the exclusive Cryptopia hat. And then the last one, loyalty, you will get 20,000 CRT. Again, congratulations to our winners. Wow. I'm really happy for you guys. Hey, yeah, right? Okay. All right. Thank you so much for watching that. I hope you are as hyped as I am. My armpits are wet. Scratch that. Why did I say that? All right. So there you go. Thank you so much for attending the cracking event. And I will now open the floor for questions for Cryptopia. Guys, if you have any questions or if you want to come up on stage to ask your questions live, we got Sangho here available for you. It isn't 10,000 CRT. I'm sorry, 20,000 CRT. I'm sorry. All right, so there you go. So we have Sangho over here who is ready to answer your questions. If you have any questions, come up on stage or drop them down on chat. Our moderators will filter out those questions for you. So, Chief, what can you say about that cracking event that we did?
Yeah, wow, man, it was really nice. I wish I was also a participant, but I wasn't. But I enjoyed it very much. So I also have wet armpits, so you're not the only one.
All right, Chief. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's too much information already, right? Yeah, but it's an AMA, right? You can ask me anything.
You can ask Sangho anything. All right. All right. So guys, please, this is an event where you can ask questions, whether it's personal or about the game. We got you covered. So please don't be shy. Ask those questions out. Moderators, please get ready with the questions. Although we have some here that are available at the ready, Chief. If you may, let me go ahead and read them for you.
Sure.
Okay. Is it more beneficial in CRT or in Cryptopia to play? I'm sorry, okay. Is it more beneficial in CRT to play as compared to the cost in Matic? What does that mean?
Maybe someone wants to understand. I'm not sure what the meaning of the question is, but we run on Polygon, so the gas we paid in Matic.
In Matic.
For the rest, everything is denominated in CRT.
I think that answers the question then, Chief.
And there is, of course, a connection between Matic and CRT, because CRT will also be available on our own decks and other dexes, and probably also some centralized exchanges. So it will also be denominated in other crypto. So there's always a link between Matic and CRT, or Matic ETH and CRT. But in our game, you only need Matic to pay for the gas, because everything, or a lot of things we do in the game, involve a transaction. And that's also the reason why we moved from Ethereum to Polygon, because Polygon is, of course, much cheaper, faster and cheaper. And that's the most important thing. The gas fees are very low compared to Ethereum. So you need some Matic in your account in order to play, but the transactions are very, very cheap. So you can do a lot of transactions for a low amount of Matic. Also in our game, if you play the game, a small part of the things you do, like the quest rewards you earn, a small part of that flows into your into your gas tank. So you don't need to worry about having to refill it or to buy Matic and put it in there. You will, by playing the game, accumulate enough gas to get you going.
All right.
So I hope this answered the question, and if it isn't, please type it or ask it again.
Yep. Thank you so much, Chief. All right, let's go through the questions now. Thank you, moderators, for gathering them for us. So, first question that we got here, Chief, is will the menu option also be available on mobile devices? I visited the site using my PC and it's really helpful there. Wow, thank you so much. So yeah, is the pause menu available on mobile? Do we have a mobile version of that?
Absolutely, we will have that. We don't have it yet, but we of course will take into account that on a mobile you don't have a mouse, so you have to have different controls and different UI is necessary for mobile. So we will have that. Of course, not as elaborate as on desktop, because the screen state on mobile is far less than on a desktop. So there will be a pause menu, but it will probably look a bit different because of the screen size. But we will definitely have a pause menu.
All right, perfect. Okay, so next question. As a bounty hunter, can we still choose a career like the adventurers? I wonder, is there a liability for creating a DAO? Okay, so that's a totally separate question. Sorry. So yeah, answer the first one first.
First one, as a bounty hunter, yes, of course. As a bounty hunter, you can still have a career, because a bounty hunter, everyone can be a bounty hunter. Everyone can, go out and hunt pirates or hunt people that have a bounty. In this case, pirates. Yeah. So the answer is yes.
Okay, cool. So the next one, I wonder if there is a liability for where is it? Well, liability for creating a DAO. If there is, what are they? Is there any risks to creating a DAO in Cryptopia? Yeah.
No, not that I can think of that there is a risk of being, part of a DAO or part of a greater organization. No, so I can't really think of it. And it's well, of course, you are part of the Cryptopia DAO, so that's something you cannot avoid. By playing our game, you will earn our game token, and in that respect, when you have our game token, you are already part of the DAO, so you cannot escape that fact, unless you give away all the CRT or spend it directly and change it for resources. Then, in theory, you are without CRT. But the moment you finish a quest or do a job for another player and you earn a CRT, you are again part of the DAO. So there's no escaping from it. Then you have we call it the mini DAO. So those are the DAOs that you can create yourself. So you can incorporate, so you can create your own company and you can issue shares for that company. And then you have a DAO. You can be part of a gaming guild. So a guild can also be incorporated in our game. That's also a DAO. And of course, there are maybe some downsides by being part of a DAO, but it depends on the rules of that specific player organization. And I cannot think of, a very negative thing attached to a DAO, because if there are negative rules, then you simply shouldn't join that one, right? Or leave it, and then you can look for another one. So, in theory, yes, there can be negative effects, but in practice, it's up to you to join a DAO
And if you don't like the rules, or if you perceive them as negative for your playstyle or for your person, just leave and find another one. And if you can't find another one, create your own. So I hope that answers the question.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Chief. Okay, we got some, difficult questions coming from Pedimar. All right, let me just go ahead and get the first one going. How can the Cryptopia team ensure that the game's balance between difficulty and enjoyment is maintained through gameplay experience? Maybe I can take this one, Chief.
Yeah, sure.
Or
Yeah.
maybe you can go ahead and follow up. So like I said, Cryptopia has different gameplay mechanics built into it. Some of them simple, some of them complex. So depending on how you enjoy your game, whether you're a casual player who likes to just click on things and be happy with that and just gather resources or loot other players, or if you're the more hardcore player who likes complexities like creating a DAO or creating a staking facility or building that self-sustaining empire that you have in Cryptopia. If you are, depending on what type of player you are, Cryptopia has a gameplay mechanic for you. So if your question is, will it be too difficult? Only if you choose it to be difficult. Only if you choose to be, if you want it to be, it can be complex, it can be simple. If you're a player who just wants to perform tasks as an adventure player, you can do so, and keep it at that. It's that simple. So depending on how you want to play the game, Cryptopia has it covered, basically. Chief, can you do that? Can you improve on that?
No, man, you did it very well.
Okay, all right, cool. I hope
No, of course. Well, I can only add this, and if you're a gamer and if you reach end game, and at some point there are always people saying that the game is too difficult, or the end game content is too hard to reach, or that you have to grind too much. And you have players that think that is perfectly fine, because if you put the work in, you should be rewarded, right? So there are always people with different perceptions. And one thing's for sure, we cannot cater, we cannot satisfy 100% of the players. So there will always be players that are left behind because they don't fit in either of these two categories, and that's something we have to accept. But what we try to do, and that's what Laudi explained very well, is make it possible for you to choose, right? To choose the way you play. And of course, also the rewards change depending on how you play. If you put a lot of effort in the game, then you can also earn a lot from the game. So that's the basic promise we have. If you put effort and time in it, then you will be rewarded. And then it's up to you if you want to do that or not.
All right, thank you, Chief. Chief, can you take this one?
Yes.
Are you confident that no other competitor will outdo your game? What methods have you implemented to ensure the game remains popular with players, and what do you provide in return for their loyalty? Wow.
Good question. Good question. Yes. Of course, we are very confident that no other competitors will outdo our game. But of course, we will see in the future maybe similar games like ours. What we have is a head start. So we are really the how do you say it? The early entrants, the pioneers. And because of the blockchain component in our game, it's not very easy to copy or to do it yourself, and it will take time. So it's simply not possible to do the same code we did on the blockchain with the smart contracts and the whole testing and stuff in like 6 months. That's impossible. So that's for sure one thing. So we have a head start, and we will keep that head start. Of course, I can't look in the future. And if there is a party with 100 billion funding, then of course they can buy their way in and hire the smartest people and really steamroll it. But I can't believe it will happen. That's why
they can't do that, Chief. They don't have Frank Bonnet.
No, exactly. So, and he's not gonna leave Cryptopia. So that's for sure. So, and we speak with a lot of people also from other chains because we are also multi-chain. So we spoke with Solana, we spoke with Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain, Ronin Network, and all the people there, the lead developers of these chains are, of course, Polygon, are really amazed by the idea, by the concept, by the quality of the code. So that also gives me comfort that it's not just me saying that, yeah, we we are very special. No, we hear it back from other people that are knowledgeable, are experts on their chains, and they say, wow, this is really mind-blowing and what a great idea. So that gives me really comfort in that we have a head start and will, for a good deal, keep that head start. The second part of your question, what methods have you implemented to ensure the game remains popular with players? Well, that's a very good question. We really have no other methods than building a game that players like, and building a game that makes it fun to play, and building a game that has an economy that rewards your time and investment, and building a game that makes it possible or maybe even enforces playing together. And I think that's so unique that in itself will make it possible that our game remains popular. And with it, I mean, if you are a tycoon, or maybe not really a tycoon because you only own one building, but for instance, you have a copper mine and you want to extract copper from it, you can do it by yourself, but you're only one person, right? So you're one laborer, and it goes very slowly. So if you want to make more out of it, then you can hire other people. That's the only way to progress. So you cannot buy a machine to do it for you. You cannot buy speed up in time to do it for you. It costs time, it costs labor, man hour or manpower, and only other players can provide it to you. And in this way, I believe it's one, it's very unique, but two, it adds a lot to the gameplay because I need to recruit people. Other people can level up their skills, can specialize, can be, try to become as attractive as possible to me, the owner of that mine. So yeah, there's no other game, and I watch a lot of games, I research a lot of games that have this mechanism, of people that have to offer their labor and in return get rewarded in the game token. And I believe that this will be, how can I say it? I think it's mind-blowing, and I think it's also spectacular to see how people have to work together and how people can earn together. So it's not only the people that can buy an NFT. Of course, you have people that buy an NFT, and lucky for them if they have the means to do so, but they cannot really own the game with that because they always need other players. And the play style, there's the labor or the adventurer type of player, that playstyle fits perfectly with people that decide not to spend money or are not able to spend that money. And we have the two player segments combined by our game design, and I think that's really a guarantee for a lot of popularity and success for the long future. What do you provide in return for your loyalty? Yeah, that's what I said. So if you invest time, you get rewarded. If you add value to our game by time or money, you get rewarded. And I think that's a fair exchange of value and enough to earn their loyalty. So I hope this answered the question. And if not, please follow up the question.
Thank you so much, Chief. Now, let me just go ahead and again thank everyone for hanging out with us. We have 8 minutes more to answer some of your questions. 8 minutes more to answer some of your questions. But before we end the event, let me just go ahead and thank everyone who joined our event. So the Zen Block community, thank you so much. Crescent Guild, Level Up YGG, NGG, Avocado, Rising Eggplant. Guys, thank you so much for being here with us during our AMA event. We really do appreciate you, and I hope you had a wonderful time. But if you do decide to stay, we do have a mini event available for you guys to hang out with, and that will be taking care of our moderators. But yeah, thank you so much. Let's move on to some of the other questions that we got here, Chief. This is a more technical question from Xiao Yu. and we have the shark as a companion in the sea.
Oh yeah, that would be really great, right? Yeah, I'd love to do that, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen any designs for it. I know from other games like Guild Wars 2, where you can have indeed sea
Shark.
animals, sea animals like a jelly squid and a shark as a companion. I'm not sure shark, but at least you can have fish as a companion. But yeah, I
Yeah,
think
we can make it happen, right, Chief?
exactly. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. At least a companion that can follow you. But only when you swim. But if you're on your boat, yeah, I'm not sure how that will look. So
A
the
floating
idea is
shark.
absolutely cool. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Xiaoyu, for that question. So, Creon is asking, which devices is it going to be playable on?
Any device you have.
Any device. All right. Another question that we have is CRT, our token, an IG utility token or a governance token? Wow.
Yeah.
You take
well,
this
it's
one,
both.
Chief. Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Both.
You want to take this one?
No, you take this one, Chief.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, it's both. We only have one token, so we have a single token in our game. And it's of course a utility token, so you can. Well, recently Div was working on a CRT light paper, and it will be posted on a website soon. So please keep an eye on that one. In that light paper, everything is explained about our token, but it is both. So you can. It's a utility token, but it will also, as I said in the beginning with the DAO, or the question when I answered the question about the negativity or the liability of a DAO. Our CRT will also give you the means to govern our game. So if you're a holder, then you're also part of the DAO. So it's a governance token and a utility token because we're a single token game.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much, Creon, for that. Bulo Sehi is asking, one of the general features of gaming NFTs being sold at the beginning is that they will be available across games and platforms. How does Cryptopia intend to make this happen?
Yeah, it's a good question. And one of the answer, or that there are multiple parts to this answer, but the first one, of course, is that we will have partnerships. And as Laudi explained in his presentation, we will also have partnerships with aggregators. And usually part of the partner, when you sign a memorandum of understanding, you also agree on providing NFTs to these platforms. So we will spread the NFTs on other platforms for a part. The other thing is that we are not going to sell that many NFTs. So you are able to craft NFTs in the game yourself, or we sell them via our own NFT marketplace in the game. And of course, you can put them on OpenSea if you like, because they're NFTs, they're yours. But we do not really plan to go out big. Of course, we will go out to generate awareness and to market our game. But the bulk of the NFTs, once that's done, will be sold and crafted in our game. So I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, really cool. Really cool. Thank you so much, Chief. And with that being said, that is the last question for tonight. If you have
seriously?
more, yeah, do you want to answer more questions, Chief?
Yeah, but if we said 1 hour is an hour, then it's an
Yeah,
hour.
we don't want to, because
Exactly.
they can always
answer it in
ask.
chat, right?
Yeah, we can always answer in chat. So guys, if you have any more questions about Cryptopia, please leave them on chat so that way we can answer them for you, or I can go ahead and do the community asks videos so that way I can answer those questions for you.
That's
But
totally good.
again,
Yeah.
yep. But again, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us. Chief, do you have any farewell messages for them?
Yes, of course. First of all, thank you very much for attending this AMA, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed the egg cracking. I enjoyed the update. Of course, I like the update because I know what's what's the update about. I liked answering your questions. I think you all have very good questions. And it also shows that you really research a game, that you understand the game. Seeing these questions are a testimony to that. So I'm really happy with that. please make sure, as Laudi said, to post if your questions are not answered, bring them up in the chat, and either Laudi or I can answer it. Maybe Laudi indeed can make a community asks video of your question. So we'll make sure that these questions will be addressed. I'd like to thank you for being early, being with us. We are still in development, so there are many games or many NFT projects or Web3 projects in development. And I really hope that you see that we try to do it differently. We're not focused on selling, focused on hype, but we're really trying to build something first and then sell it. If you're an early access ship holder, you of course can play the demo. We will soon update it. If you're not an early access ship holder, well, maybe this is a good moment to research the possibilities. And if you have the means for it, of course, then you can consider buying one. There are a lot of nice perks, and I can spill a little bit. There will be a huge announcement around the early access ships soon. So if you're a holder of the early access ships, you will be rewarded even more. So keep an eye on our announcements. I really want to thank you for being with us again, and I hope you value what we do, that you understand what we do, and that we're on the same page, and that you also think and believe that gaming can be in a different way, can be done and organized in a different way, and especially in the earning part of the games, that we can earn together, and that's not a matter of only one person or only the rich people that can earn, but in our game that both sides can earn by playing the game. So the one can invest their money, and the other one